You pick up the slack. You become the one that's reaching out, planning dates. And he's happy enough to go along for the ride. But if you're really honest, this is a bullshit relationship that isn't what you want. It's a situationship at best, one that you are working hard to maintain. If you're a successful woman in your 30s or 40s and you are exhausted by dating, scared you'll never find love, and unsure why you're still single, you are in the right place. Welcome to Find Love with Emily. I'm Emily Bucknell, and I am not here to give you more of the same old dating advice, tell you to try harder, swipe more, fix yourself, or wait for your luck to change, because you already know that none of that works. This is where we look below the surface at how love really happens, the one rule it always follows, and the reason dating has felt so hard for so long. Because when you see that, dating finally makes sense and love becomes possible again, even if it's been years since you've been on a decent date. So let's get into today's episode. Let's talk about the bare minimum men who breadcrumb you and how frustrating this is when these are the men that you attract. And I can say that because these were the men that I used to attract all the time. You'd meet someone you're excited about, there's chemistry, there's attraction, he ticks a lot of the boxes that you have. You see real potential. But then it just never ever becomes something real, no matter how hard you try or how much effort you put in. And the most annoying thing about this is that he seems happy to act like your boyfriend when you're together. He seems into you. But then when you're not together, he's not reaching out. He's not planning dates. He's not making any real effort to see you. And so what a lot of women do, and this is what I did, is that you pick up the slack. You become the one that's reaching out, planning dates. And he's happy enough to go along for the ride. But if you're really honest, this is a bullshit relationship that isn't what you want. It's a situationship at best, one that you are working hard to maintain. And and I know you know this, that if you stop working so hard, 100% he's going to disappear on you. I want to make it really clear, though, that this isn't just how men are these days. And I see this a lot. You see the videos online where there's a couple on the romantic pond rowing, and it's the woman rowing the boat while the man's sitting there. The videos of the women carrying all the bags while the man just walks beside them. The videos even where the woman is carrying the man. There's this idea out there that men just want women to be the men in relationships as well. Men want women to be doing all of the work. But the thing about this is that men are only like this when women pick up the slack for the wrong men. I feel like I need to say that again, that men are only like this, expecting women to do everything when women pick up the slack for the wrong men. And I can say this because this used to be me. I was brought up, and it's highly likely that you were too, being told that to have what you want, you need to work hard, you need to put the effort in. And I applied that to love, which isn't actually how love happens. If you work hard, you put effort into the wrong men and the wrong relationships, then you're going to end up in a totally one-sided relationship devoid of love that's going to burn you out. You'll end up with the man that does nothing around the house, nothing to help with the kids, who puts nothing into your relationship and totally destroys your soul. I know that is not what you want. Like, no one wants a relationship like that, but it happens when you believe that love is something that is earned, that you have to prove yourself to be worthy of it, that if you put enough effort in, you try hard enough, then you'll find love. As though Mr. Useless will finally turn around after you've planned yet another date that you'll think he'll enjoy and say, "Oh my God, I am actually madly in love with you." He'll start treating you with thoughtfulness, kindness, interest, love, compassion, empathy, everything that you've always wanted him to do. You know as well as I do that he's not ever gonna do that. So what do you do from here? How do you stop attracting these men? And more importantly, stop trying to turn their shitty ass breadcrumbs into love by putting more effort into them. I know from my own experience how hard it can be to break this pattern. Like back in the day, my gosh, I knew how cringy it was, how much I was doing for men who literally told me they didn't want a relationship with me. as though I could somehow change their minds by showing them what an incredible girlfriend I'd make, how much I was willing to do for them. And that's because this is something that has roots in the subconscious beliefs you hold about yourself and about love. So the first thing we have to do is rewire those beliefs that you have about love. Extricate love from this idea that it's something you earn or that you get by being enough. That if you work hard enough, you prove that you're enough, then you'll get love. These subconscious beliefs can sometimes be really hard to spot because they are subconscious. They're below our level of conscious awareness. So if you haven't already, listen to part 2 of the self-assessment episodes, Your Blocks to Love. There's a really simple exercise in that which will bring those unloving beliefs that you hold that are blocking you from love right now to light so that you can see them all really clearly. I'll link that episode in the show notes. But what I want you to consider right now, though, is what you think and how you respond when you do get breadcrumbs from a man. Does it trigger something inside you to try harder, to send the perfect message so he has to reply to you, to ask him out somewhere where you know he wants to go, to make yourself super available to him? Instead of realizing that this man is giving you horseshit that you don't want if what you want is love. And then letting him and his breadcrumbs be on their merry way and out of your life so that you can make yourself available for the full buffet that you truly want. If you're there trying harder to win him over, to have those breadcrumbs turn into more, then 100% you hold beliefs right now that you are not enough as you are for love. That you have to do things to prove yourself to be worthy of love. Like you've got to work hard for love. And as long as those beliefs are there, then you're only ever going to attract the men, the relationships where you're the one putting all of the effort in and getting scraps in return. And I promise you, this isn't something that's going to magically change. The men you attract aren't going to magically change on their own. So if you are done with this, like you want the man who shows up fully and completely for you, you know, he's planning dates, he's messaging you really easily, you're both just as interested in each other, then make sure you check out Attract Your Man, because this is where we do the work to rewire these beliefs so that you too can attract the man who 100% loves you for you without you doing a damn thing. Can you imagine that? Because the truth about love is that you were born enough. You were born lovable. Like you didn't have to do a damn thing. And your parents loved you the second they first saw you. And the right man will love you in the same way. It won't be some battle that you feel like you have to win. And let me just tell you, it's a breath of fresh air when this finally happens. My husband and I had our first date on a Friday. And it was super cute because he called me the next day, like called me on the phone, not messaging, to ask me out for lunch on the Sunday. He planned both dates. He picked me up that Sunday, drove me out to lunch at this beautiful restaurant on the beach in Sydney. He's a farmer and I was living in Sydney at the time. So he came back the very next weekend to see me. And then the weekend after that, I went out to the farm to see him. He took me out to this beautiful winery for lunch and asked me to be his girlfriend, which was the cutest thing ever. But I didn't have to do a damn thing. It just happened so easily. And it's a similar story for hundreds of my Attract Your Man students now. Like all the hard work and effort you're putting into dating, into these situationships, into trying to have these breadcrumbs turn into more, it's actually getting in the way of love happening easily for you. Because hard work and effort, it isn't how love happens. Love follows love. So when you think about love and how love feels, it's not killing yourself for men and getting bullshit back, is it? But like I said, it's not easy. And I mean, really, it's impossible to drop all the effort, to stop trying so hard for the men who breadcrumb you, when you're wired right now to believe that that is how love happens, that it's a result of proving that you're enough, when in fact you already are. There isn't anything to prove. So this is what I mean when I say that love is so much easier and so much simpler than what you think right now. Like you get to give up all the effort and just be loved. That's how love happens. And I know there's probably part of you right now, and I felt this same way too, that's scared shitless by this idea, that probably doesn't believe that there's a man who will come along and simply love you, like easily, without you really doing anything but being you. And of course you feel that way, because until now, you've been operating from those beliefs that love comes from effort, from proving yourself. So the men you've attracted until now just reflect that back to you. It's likely all you've ever experienced. But when you rewire those beliefs like we do inside Attract Your Man to things like, I'm loved easily, effortlessly for the woman I am lovable, I'm enough as I am, then you'll attract the men who reflect that back to you. And I promise they do exist. And they'll appear when you do this work to change your beliefs. Which brings us to the second thing you need to do to break out of this pattern of attracting these bare minimum men who breadcrumb you. You gotta objectively look at what a man is actually offering you. Not what you think it could be, not what you want it to be, but what he's offering you right here and now. Because if it's breadcrumbs from the start and you say, sure, this seems like something I want to invest my time, my energy, and my emotions into, then you block yourself from ever getting the full buffet, the Michelin star degustation that you actually want. You fill yourself up on scraps, so there's literally no room for what you want. And I know you know this, like consciously. You know it's not like the right thing to do if you want love, to go back to exes, to get yourself into situationships with men who've already told you through their actions and probably straight up as well that they don't want a committed relationship. But it can be really hard to say no, right? This is because, again, those bloody subconscious beliefs. The beliefs that say, I'll never find love, this is the best I can do, men don't want love, men don't want relationships with me, love is hard to find. So it feels safer and more natural to fill yourself up on the shitty bread basket than to wait for the degustation that you may not see yet, but that is coming. And can I just say, I love that in Australia we don't do bread baskets at restaurants, like my downfall. The thing is that when you rewire these beliefs, so beliefs like love happens easily for me, the men I meet want love and commitment, they want me, love is easily to find, so that they feel true for you, then when you meet a bare minimum man, it's a no-brainer. It's easy to say no and move on. Instead of taking it as a challenge that you'll never win to prove that you're incredible and exactly the woman he wants. The other massive part of this, like to stop attracting these bare minimum men and to attract the man who shows up for you, is that you have to be able to receive love. Like really receive love. This blocks love more than most women realize, because deep down, we fear what we want the most. You know, that fear that if we let ourselves be loved, then we're going to lose control, we'll lose ourselves, we'll be wide open to pain or being taken advantage of. And so even though love is what we want, we push it away. You know, and as women, we're bloody capable, we're independent, smart. There isn't anything that we can't do, right? And then when you add in the whole people-pleasing thing, it can feel so unnatural to fully receive and be open to love. I mean, think about this now. Do you feel more comfortable giving love, giving compliments, doing things for other people than having someone give you love, complimenting you, going out of their way or doing things for you? I can almost guarantee that you're someone who deflects compliments. Like someone tells you they love what you're wearing, and instead of saying thank you, you tell them, oh, this old thing, I got it on sale the other day. It's just from Kmart or whatever. That is you literally pushing love away. And what shows up in everyday life are the same things that show up in your love life. I always wanted the strong, masculine, gentleman type, exactly my farmer husband, who opens doors, carries things, paid on dates, called instead of texted, who doesn't beat around the bush. Like, he'll be pretty clear and direct about compliments or how he feels. And that took some getting used to for me. And I mean, because he's pretty direct, he'd also tell me, just let me do this for you. I had to let go of the safety of bare minimum men, the feeling like I was in control, and this ridiculous idea that then I wouldn't get hurt. If I wanted love, I had to let my husband love me. And again, this is fucking hard to do. Like, you're not going to be able to do this. You're going to push the men that you want away if you hold beliefs like love is scary, love never lasts, love doesn't happen for me, I cannot trust love. So if those statements feel true for you, then these are beliefs that you hold right now. Beliefs that are keeping you stuck in this pattern, attracting bare minimum men, staying safe, away from the love you truly want. And the pain that your subconscious mind mistakenly thinks awaits you there. I actually saw a video the other day, and I've seen a few videos from this woman, and she's generally pretty disappointed by the men that she dates. But on this particular video, she was saying how cringy and awful it was that this man brought her flowers on a date, and that he planned this date that obviously he'd put a ton of effort into, that she thought was boring. But I felt so bloody sad for her that even if he wasn't the right man for her, to not see or meet that kind of thoughtfulness, the good intention that he had with love, with gratitude. Like, that is her pushing love away, because love follows love. This man clearly had good intentions. There was love behind what he was doing. And to not see, to not acknowledge that, to not let herself feel that he was doing that for her, it's such a missed opportunity. Not necessarily in terms of like a relationship for them, but just to see and accept that love. So what I'd love for you to do from here, and this is just a tiny snippet of the kinds of things that I get you doing and that become natural inside Attract Your Man, is to become more comfortable accepting love, just receiving love in your everyday life. When someone compliments you, just say thank you. When a work colleague offers to buy you lunch or a coffee, just say yes, please. Notice all the ways people in your life show up for you. They care for you. Be grateful for all of that love. Let them help you. Let them love you. Accept it all. Let the man open the door. Say thank you for the flowers, for planning the date, even if he's not the right man for you. Just get yourself used to accepting more than the bare minimum, and you'll start to get more than the bare minimum from men. So if what I've said today, it's made sense, like this is you, explained in a way that has hit home, then Attract Your Man, it's the next step for you if what you want is love. If you're ready to swap out the bare minimum men, the fight, the effort, the hard work of trying to find love and be treated the way that you want to be treated, for being loved easily, simply for who you are, by a man who shows up for you in a relationship that's balanced, that you both want, that you're both putting effort into, then do yourself a favor. Go check out Attract Your Man now. The link is in the show notes. It's how you finally change this, because it's how love happens. If you have any questions, any comments, there's anything you'd love for me to do an episode on, leave me a comment, send me a DM on Instagram, and then until the next episode, love always.